Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Whenever I hear his shoes hit the floor, I'm like, okay, we're good. You know, made it through another night.
A sigh of relief for one wife every time her husband returns home from work as a police officer. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mike has the evening off. 6 police officers have been ambushed, 4 of them shot and killed in just the past 2 weeks across the country. And the number of U.S. law enforcement officers shot to death this year is now at 24. Last week, we asked local police if officers are being targeted. Now, Valley News Team's Krista Baim shows us how people behind the badge are working to shift this conversation.
Okay. Angie Christensen and her husband are about to celebrate 10 years together. And for the last 10 years, each day has been a heart-wrenching challenge when he heads to work.
Just kiss your officer goodbye and hug them tight and tell them to be safe and hope they come home at the end of their shift.
Nationwide, she reads and hears the stories of officers ambushed and killed.
It's stomach turning. It just gives me the goosebumps just talking about it.
That's why her and nearly 30 other wives in the area started the Fraternal Order of Police Auxiliary, an idea of support sparked by the unrest in Ferguson.
The rioting and just the hatred of police. And the people there having to send their officers out the door to go to work and literally not knowing if they were going to be coming home, you know, at the end of their shift.
A positive support system for those behind the badge, one the Fargo Police Department strives for in the community. One they say shows.
People are putting out shouts out, and we have the thumbs up campaigns and different things that are happening and going on right now in our community.
Lieutenant Vettel says it goes beyond that with the little things officers see every day.
Whether it's somebody dropping off baked goods, saying how, you know, we appreciate all that you do, or it's the kids when you walk around the schools and how they still look at us as bigger than life.
Around the nation, some people are using blue tape. They just put it across their windshield to represent that police lives matter. All a shift toward a more positive look at officers in a time when it seems more targets are on their backs.
What if something happens here? What are we going to do? There's a human behind that badge, and it's really hard to kiss your officer goodbye and watch them walk out the door.
Krista Baim, Valley News Live.
The Fraternal Order of Police Group is the first in the tri-state area. It's working to provide a more positive look at officers with events going on throughout the year. Well, a reminder tonight to lock your doors, no matter how safe you think that you are, after a West Fargo woman found out the hard way. A 33-year-old woman woke up to find a man standing in her bedroom. She escaped through the window and had to climb on her roof. Neighbors heard her yelling and helped her down onto a parked car. Police say the man got in through the woman's second-floor patio. A next-door neighbor who heard sirens, saw nothing, though, says she's learned a good lesson.
I liked the patio, except for I did not like them not having the steps. But now I'm going, maybe it's a good thing they didn't have the steps. But I'm going to lock my doors from now on my patio anyway.
West Fargo police are on the lookout for that man. Now, he could face criminal trespassing charges. They don't know what his intention was or if he was drunk or on drugs. It's a drug bust that's even shocking police. An 18-year-old is now in jail after police caught him with LSD, pot, cash, and loaded guns. Colton Schock was arrested last night for possessing thousands of dollars worth of marijuana and hallucinogens. Schock ran from police but was quickly detained. Officers then found 4 loaded guns, lots of money, and large amounts of LSD stamps. Valley News Team's Christine Stanwood talked with Fargo police about the big bust and why the type of drugs found was so uncommon to the Fargo area.
Around 10:30 last night, police were called out to 3 males who were suspected to be car prowlers. Police were unsuccessful in catching one involved and released another to his parents. Police did catch one after a bag of weed fell out of his pocket. That's when they found something much bigger. With almost 1.5 pounds of marijuana on 18-year-old Colton Schock, police also found 117 stamps of LSD.
Somebody of that age to have that much marijuana and hallucinogens, that's not common.
Details that are surprising even to police.
Anytime we combine somebody that's willing to flee from the police, has those drugs in his possession, and is carrying a firearm, that's very disturbing.
The LSD stamps that police found in the 18-year-old's wallet are worth almost $600.
The street value isn't as high as some people might think. It's $5 for one of those stamps that contain the acid.
Because this bust contained such a large amount of an uncommon drug, officers say they're looking into if there are any more young adults like Schock on the streets.
We always try to connect the dots and see if we can develop some more leads off of the arrest. It just goes to show that drugs really don't have an age bracket.
In Fargo, Christine Stanwood, Valley News Live.
Now, if you're concerned that your child is using drugs like LSD, experts say parents should look out for dilated pupils, sweating, loss of appetite, sleeplessness, dry mouth, and tremors. A court-appointed lawyer will represent a rural Perham, Minnesota man accused of shooting his neighbor. 63-year-old Gerald Schulte was arrested last Friday morning. He's charged with attempted murder and assault for shooting Michael Marcel Jr. in a dispute over rent for a mobile home that Marcel lived in. Schulte is accused of shooting Marcel in the back. Schulte first told deputies he thought Marcel had a gun and he feared for his life. Video taken from Schulte's mobile home shows that Marcel did not have a gun and did nothing to provoke the shooting. Marcel is still recovering. Well, this was the first day of testimony in federal court as a convicted death row murderer is appealing the decision landing him behind bars. Alfonso Rodriguez Jr. was convicted in 2006 of the brutal kidnapping, rape, and murder of UND student Drew Shadeen. This morning's hearing was delayed for almost 2 hours because officials could not establish a video connection to the federal prison in Indiana where Rodriguez is being held. Defense attorneys claim jury misconduct skewed the conviction nearly a decade ago, and they're questioning a number of jurors this week during the hearing. Testimony is set to resume tomorrow morning. It's unclear, however, how long the defense and prosecution will debate the credibility of those jurors from the 2006 trial. A North Dakota man has been charged with murder and attempted murder after a shooting at a wedding reception last weekend in New Rockford, North Dakota. 51-year-old David Trotsky made his first court appearance today. He's charged with killing Donnie Perleberg of Pingree and trying to kill his former girlfriend, Mary Seiler. Perleberg died at the scene after being shot in the head and the neck. Seiler is hospitalized in Bismarck and is expected to recover. A former Moorhead hockey standout has been arrested in Ottertail County. Jacob Dittmer is being held for charges related to drinking and driving. We told you about Dittmer back in June for apparently climbing into a 14-year-old girl's bedroom window. He's facing charges for allegedly having sex with an underage girl and is due in court this month. The loss of an iconic destination in Sturgis has left the biker community devastated. It was called the world's largest biker bar. It was also a hot spot for many who attended the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. It's called the Full Throttle Saloon. Now, crews battled that fire that broke out early this morning at the saloon, but unfortunately, the structure appears to be a total loss. The building was on the ground by about 3 this morning. One couple was lucky enough to tie the knot at the saloon, and they described the news of the fire with one word.
Devastated, really, because that's just a very special memory for myself and my husband. My husband and I were married there, actually on the West Bridge. It's devastating. It's devastating for the community. It's devastating for the biker world.
The Sturgis Fire Department says the lone occupant of the grounds woke up and was uninjured, and the cause is still under investigation. Now, you can join the conversation about all of this and look for all the updates on this story and many more on our Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Valley News.